In part 2 of our Gelcoat repair series, we will apply the Gelcoat. Working with a white surface makes matching stock colors easier. If we had a blue or a red or some other color, we would have to custom color match. This subject is covered in detail in the video, Cosmetic Gelcoat Damage Repair and Finishing, Volume 3, which you can purchase on our website. If you need to color match, here are a couple of tips. The surface of old Gelcoat is faded. When you sand or grind, you will reveal the original color as you can see here. This old Gelcoat has faded to a sort of ivory color, but underneath is the original white color. Match your new Gelcoat to this color and it will fade to match the old surface. Also, unlike paint, Gelcoat is the same color wet as it is when cured, so you can match colors before catalyzing. Gelcoat is a special polyester resin which cures by adding a catalyst called MEKP. Be sure to work in a well-ventilated area away from open flame. Wear safety goggles and gloves. Upon opening the can, it is important to mix the contents thoroughly since there are other ingredients in the resin which tend to settle out over time. Since this is a very small repair, we will only mix about an ounce of Gelcoat. We then will add 20 drops of catalyst per ounce to the resin and stir thoroughly. Our working temperature should be between 70 and 85 degrees Fahrenheit. This will give us 10 to 20 minutes working time. Using a disposable brush, apply the Gelcoat to the repair area. The goal is to just cover the crack and leave the surface higher than the surrounding area. Excess Gelcoat will have to be sanded away, which creates more work. As you see here, the wet Gelcoat extends well beyond the repair area for this demonstration. Gelcoat, being a polyester resin, cures with a tacky surface. This is good for bonding successive layers, but can clog sandpaper if it is to be sanded as it is here. There are three possible solutions. One is to warm it with a hairdryer or heat lamp. Just be careful not to overheat the resin or leave the heat lamp unattended. The extra heat will help reduce the tackiness. Another heat source is the sun. Position the repair so that it can be warmed by sunlight. This will also heat the Gelcoat enough to minimize any tackiness. A second method is to wait until the Gelcoat gels, then spray PVA mold release on the repair and let it dry. A pre-val sprayer works well. The PVA will dry to a film that will keep moisture off the Gelcoat so that it can cure completely. Once the Gelcoat is cured, the PVA washes off with water. The third method, which we will use here, is to use a flexible piece of plastic such as cellophane or mylar. Cut it to about the size of the repair, then press it down over the fresh Gelcoat. This will eliminate any air near the surface. The plastic can be peeled off after the Gelcoat cures. Our repair has cured and we are ready for step 3, finishing. As you can see, the new Gelcoat is just slightly higher than the surrounding surface. Start by sanding the Gelcoat to the level of the surrounding surface with 150 grit sandpaper. Tempting as it may be, do not use sandpaper with your fingers. This will create uneven pressure and detract from a smooth, flat surface. Use a sanding block or create one with a small piece of wood. Wrap the sandpaper around it and use either the edge or the side for sanding. Rather than hand sanding, it may be easier to use a power sander such as these. By the way, you should wear eye and breathing protection when sanding. Sand with a 150 grit until the new Gelcoat is flush with the old. As you can see, we have removed all the excess Gelcoat and only that which is in the gouged area remains. If you have sanded too much and create an indentation, go back to step 2, add more Gelcoat and sand again. Once the Gelcoat is flush, successively finer grits of sandpaper remove the scratches from the former grit. Move to a 220 grit wet dry paper and run a trickle of water over the surface as you sand in a circular motion. Clean the surface and switch to a 400 grit And finally, use 600 wet dry sandpaper. Wipe the surface clean and use a rubbing compound such as 3M One-Step Fiberglass Restorer. Apply it to the cloth and rub thoroughly, turning the cloth frequently. If you have access to a power buffer or buffing wheel, they can make the job easier. Once the repair has been buffed out, it should be nearly invisible. Remove the blue tape and wax the whole area for the final layer of protection. You will notice that the repair is slightly lighter in color than the old Gelcoat. However, give it some time in the sun and it will fade to match the surrounding area. Doing a repair like this yourself is very satisfying and can save hundreds of dollars compared to having it done in a boat shop. By the way, this repair was completed in less than 3 hours.
Tap Plastics, the fantastic plastic place.